Now, Good Morning Northwest, a humanitarian crisis in the Middle East. This morning, what's happening in Gaza as a pause in fighting is about to expire.
We've got some patchy freezing fog in places this morning. We want you to allow a little extra time. It's a chilly start, and we've got snow on the way to start December. We'll have the timing on that.
And today, a former Pasco police officer goes on trial in Spokane for murder again. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. Welcome to your Wednesday. It's November 29th. Let's check in with Mark in our first alert forecast to get you rolling this morning.
All right, good morning. We're rolling on a cool note. We have been colder, but well, we're sitting at 25 degrees. Again, we do have very light winds. We've got some freezing fog out there that looks like, light snowflakes. We have some of that freezing to roadways, created issues yesterday, could very well today. Here's what we have on the 4 things you need to know. Weather alert day for Friday because of the slick roads and the fresh snow coming in. It's going to be quiet until then, so quiet, in fact, that it is going to be foggy, frosty, and cold. Right now, we're sitting into the mid-20s, 14 Colville. Tri-Cities at 30. You've got mid-20s all along I-90 crossing over. Look out past 22 degrees. Not too bad. Here is the forecast radar. We're going to be fairly clear today. Things look pretty good. It's that low cloud deck that keeps us in cloudy conditions. You get above that, and you're going to see sunshine. We see the clouds coming in, and tonight we're going to see, or tomorrow night, we're going to see the potential for that snow coming in. Certainly 11 o'clock and beyond, it looks like we are going to see snow. How much? Looks to be an inch, maybe 2 inches in some areas. Well, for today, it's just going to be clouds. We're going to have temperatures warming up to 29 degrees, but we're in the mid-20s through much of the day. Be ready. It's a chilly one.
New details from the Middle East at the Breaking Now desk. A 2-day ceasefire extension between Israel and Hamas is set to expire today. Now, this comes as another group of hostages is set to be freed in just a few hours. Yesterday, Hamas released 12 more people taken from Israel, while Israel turned over 30 imprisoned Palestinians. So far, Hamas has released only 1 American, but the U.S. believes 9 more remain in captivity. No word yet on where they are or who is holding them. CIA Director Bill Burns is in Qatar right now, pushing for their release and all remaining hostages. The White House saying there's no indication Americans are being held for leverage.
There's no indication that Hamas is trying to play some sort of game here in terms of the Americans. We can't just assume that Hamas has ready access to everybody in a moment's notice.
Across the Gaza Strip, concern grows about a deepening humanitarian crisis. The White House says the U.S. flew in more than 54,000 pounds of medical and food aid this week, with more to follow. Once the war with Hamas resumes, the U.S. is urging Israel to prioritize civilian safety and ensure more aid gets into Gaza, where millions are now believed to be displaced. And as the war in the Middle East rages on, there is new concern that Iranian-backed hackers might have targeted the water supply system near Pittsburgh. I'll have details on that story coming up in 30 minutes. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Thanks, Sydney. A former Pasco police officer accused of killing a Spokane woman 37 years ago is set to go on trial this morning.
At this time, it will be without a jury. Richard Aguirre waived his right to a jury late last month. He's accused of killing Ruby Doss in 1986. Doss was a sex worker, and court documents show her killer hit her in the head, then strangled her. Her body was found in a vacant lot in East Spokane. The cold case was revived in 2015 when DNA from a used condom at the crime scene matched Aguirre's. By then, he had resigned from the Pasco Police Department and was being investigated for raping a family member. Aguirre was eventually found not guilty in that case, and issues with the evidence also led to charges being dropped in Ruby Doss's murder. Most recently, Aguirre was recharged with the crime in 2021, but a jury could not reach a verdict and a mistrial declared.
In news around the nation, First Lady political strategist, diplomat, and advocate Rosalynn Carter will be laid to rest today in a private family service. On Tuesday, family leaders and luminaries came together to pay tribute to her exemplary life. Through her chapter in the White House was a brief one in an episode of a long, storied life. Her impact on the office forever transformed the role of the First Lady.
She shaped our national policies. She faced down dictators herself on issues of human rights. She built the Carter Center from an idea into a powerhouse.
Now, together, the Carters redefined life after the presidency, caring for the most vulnerable, sheltering those in need, and fighting for peace and justice.
President Joe Biden is in Colorado today seeking to contrast his economic vision with that of MAGA Republicans. The president will visit CS Wind, the world's largest wind tower manufacturer, where he will point to the company's new $200 million facility expansion. Both the company and the Biden administration credit the expansion directly to the passage of 2022's Inflation Reduction Act.
Well, Spokane is bringing back its traffic unit. The city is reallocating $1.8 million from the Traffic Calming Fund to the Spokane Police Department. The Traffic Calming Fund is used to make our neighborhoods safer. The fund pays for things like crosswalks, school flashing lights, and signage. Now, taking money from the Traffic Calming Fund may be concerning for some who wonder how this will affect future traffic safety projects. But one city council member says this is only temporary.
But the goal will also be that we will phase out the use of traffic calming funds for that purpose over 3 years, and that it would be self-sufficient or would continue operating without those dollars.
Now, the hope is that the citations from SPD's traffic unit will eventually make enough money to cover that $1.8 million.
After 4 years, the East Euclid Road Bridge in northwest Spokane County is reopening today. It is located north of Airway Heights. The county determined the bridge was no longer safe in 2019 when it discovered 2 critical failures in the bridge's substructure. In this photo, right there, you can see scorch marks on some of the wooden beams underneath the old single-lane bridge. The county tells us one of the main reasons it took so long to replace was because the bridge was owned by BNSF. To prevent this from happening again, the county will own the new concrete bridge, meaning any repairs that need to be made will be done on the county schedule. The ribbon cutting takes place this morning at 11 o'clock. And now it is 6:07.
It's definitely a chilly start to our morning. Saw some frost on the trees when I was walking out to my car this morning. Bringing Mark here. But we got bad air quality still sticking around.
That's going to hang out. We just don't have any wind, nothing to scour out, all the stuff hanging out on the surface, and dense fog advisory extended until noon. So yeah, that's going to hang out. So am I. We're going to have your full forecast coming up.
Also coming up, a trans athlete has sent a southern school district into chaos. Administrators reassigned and students stage a walkout about it.
And a convicted murderer is sentenced for even more crimes. How much more time Alex Murda will be spending in prison? Right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Does anybody want my tomato?
What have you got against tomatoes?
Not my favorite fruit.
Wait, tomatoes are fruit?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
You do know that tomatoes are in ketchup.
Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
Aw, come on! Leftovers are for quitters. That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Save up to $200 on our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 4 years no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Experience the magic and share the joy at Disney's Frozen, the spectacular new musical. From the producer of The Lion King and Aladdin, this beloved story comes to life on stage in an unforgettable theatrical experience. You've never seen Frozen like this.
Disney's Frozen is coming to First Interstate Center for the Arts, July 24th to August 4th. Don't be left out in the cold. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com today.
Mr. Casino Hotel is the place to spend this holiday season for your chance to win. PVR tickets, retro boom boxes, Nintendo Switch gaming devices, PS5 gaming consoles, Hawks game tickets, and of course, cash.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some Hydra Massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,400 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture.
It is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. A judge sentenced convicted killer Alex Murdaugh for fraud as his victims confronted him face-to-face.
Murdaugh, convicted earlier this year of killing his wife and son, pleaded guilty to fraud and money laundering. He was accused of stealing nearly $12 million from his law firm, his clients, and even his friends. He was sentenced to 27 years for the financial crimes. He's already serving life without parole for the 2 murders.
At least 1 person was killed today when a U.S. military Osprey aircraft crashed off the coast of a Japanese island. 6 people were believed to be on board. Numerous Osprey crashes have been reported over the years, including one in August when 3 U.S. Marines were killed and several others injured during military exercises in Australia. And in India, after more than 2 weeks, all 41 workers who had been trapped in a collapsed tunnel under the Himalayas have now been rescued. They were trapped more than 2 weeks ago. Rescuers had to bore a hole in a mountain in order to provide an escape route, drilling through the last 2 meters of rock by hand.
All right, our 10-second takeaway this morning. Cloudy and cold, no doubt about it. Your winter gear is going to be necessary. Take your extra time. We got a little fog out there. 29 will be our high today.
In Florida, a dispute over a trans athlete is leading some students to walk out of school.
What they did to the principal was kind of mean. Like, everyone should be treated like the same.
The district announced it's reassigning several school staff members as it investigates a transgender player on the girls' volleyball team. Among the staffers who are reassigned is the principal and the athletic director. The district saying they're looking into allegations of improper student participation in sports. Now at issue, a state law signed by Governor DeSantis in 2021 that bans students born as male from participating in sports designed for women.
We want to make sure we do this right. Nobody is guilty of anything at this point. That's what an investigation is for.
Now, a Florida LGBTQ advocacy group says the student now may have been outed. The group saying such actions can inflict irreversible psychological harm and betray the trust that every student should have in their educational institution. The Florida Department of Education accuses the school officials of violating the state law and is warning of, quote, serious consequences. Your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13 on this Wednesday.
They are braving cold temperatures to put on a bigger and better display for the community, but especially for the sick kids who have to be in the hospital this Christmas time. We're checking in on the lighting progress at Cowley Park coming up.
And as we take this commercial break, here's a live look at the lights in downtown Spokane. Absolutely gorgeous. See how they're on the river there?
Yes.
Beautiful. But we'll be right back after this break.
820,000 Washington State residents are family caregivers. November is Family Caregivers Month, and they deserve our recognition. Let's continue working towards solutions to provide support. To find out how you can raise your hand and join in the effort, visit this website.
Next, Kelly. All right. From Paris in Love, Paris Hilton. That's hot. Plus, the comedy group Please Don't Destroy. Yeah, y'all hot.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Rich chocolate candy and creamy caramel. That's how you Rolo.
Smooth dark chocolate, refreshing peppermint. Enter York mode.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
My favorite thing about the Power Swabs is that I was actually able to take the swab and really get through some of those areas that are kind of like untreated. I felt like I can immediately see the results, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely starting to see the shades getting brighter and brighter, or whiter and whiter.
If you have yellowing between your teeth, if you have coffee or tea stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And in each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution.
Well, they're whiter, they're brighter, and I feel better about my smile. And it was so easy to do.
One friend was like, your teeth look like really white. Did you do anything to it? And I was like, I did. I did Power Swabs.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This Cyber Week, order Power Swabs and receive up to 50% off the retail price. And as an added bonus, get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 50% off and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit PowerSwabs.com today.
Wishing you a happy and joyful holiday season from BECU. 4 News Now is brought to you by Visit Downtown Coeur d'Alene this holiday season.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Approaching 6/17, the Extreme team is hard at work putting up hundreds of thousands of Christmas lights in Cowley Park. One big accomplishment, lighting that walkway.
The team also built the gingerbread house. Let's check in with the man who's leading that operation. A familiar face you might know. Here's our Mark Peterson.
Some of the other groups that we couldn't do this project without, first of all, Avista, they're doing the Sky Show again. Really emphasizing the current trees that we have lit, and they're adding to and making them all the same color. It's just going to look better in the end. Now, the other group, NUCA, National Utility Contract Association, Clearwater Summit, one of their big members, they brought in about 20 guys, and they're taking over what we call the gingerbread house. It just sounds better than the bathroom. Anyway, they're going to continue to work on that, and we're going to have a whole new plan this year, and I'm excited to see it because they haven't told me what they're doing, and I think it's going to look absolutely beautiful. They're also helping along the lines on the sidewalk to make sure that we have those boundaries set. That makes sure that people have lighted walkways as they're walking through the park to enjoy making spirits bright. In Cowley Park, for said program, I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now, and the Extreme team. Oh, Matt.
For said program.
Making spirits bright. What?
So you were yesterday. We were talking about that special tree that's been going up with
dedicated to Pamela Wilmering, who passed away a couple of months ago. What we did is we got the huge ribbon. It's beautiful pink. Shamrock Machine at I-90 Express Finish within 72 hours had that ready for us, and it'll hang there. It's going to last forever. It won't be forever in the tree, but surrounded by pink lights. Awesome. And we need to thank Star Rental because we needed a smaller lift. They drove it down. The photo area is set up so you can sit and you can have a picture taken with a sleigh and Santa.
Hi, Santa.
And of course, Don and Kelly Kiki were the ones that helped us come up with that. I had this crazy idea. So cool. They said we can make it happen, and if only there was someone handsome there. All right, now let's take a look at the forecast. I know. Here's the next big thing coming in. It's going to be snow coming in Thursday night after the reveal, and into Friday we're expecting about an inch of snow, 1 to 2 inches into the mid-level, and 2 to 4 as we get higher up. That's going to be by Saturday afternoon. Yeah, this is going to be an event by Saturday afternoon, but then we're going to see heavy mountain snows. We're going to warm up. Things look better. Dense fog advisory for today. It's been extended to noon. We're seeing that along I-90 2, 395 north, and Highway 2 north. So as you're out and about, and if you're heading into Pulmo Moscow, you're going to see the potential for not only fog, but patchy freezing fog. Now, we do have a little bit of fog into the valley, but we have a more dense collection of fog and droplets as you go into the West Plains, through I-90, and taking you through Spokane International, Cheney, Fairchild, and beyond. So again, just allowing us time, drive for, again, the areas in which you're in. If it's really foggy, slow it down. 29 degrees will be our high today. Tonight, temperatures down to 19 with more potential patchy freezing fog tomorrow morning. Winds are going to be light. Now, we're seeing temperatures right now into the mid-20s along I-90, 21 Fairchild, Cheney at 19, Deer Park, you're at 22, heading over to Idaho, mid-20s for the most part. Really not too bad. Let's really break it down what we have when it comes to forecast. Thursday, 5 o'clock, I-90, 4th of July pass, maybe into areas into the higher elevations. We're definitely going to see the snow through Friday and into Saturday afternoon. That pushes out, and then we warm up and things look better. Today, we're going to be hovering into around 30 to 32 degrees. We'll see that again tomorrow. Friday, we do have that as a weather alert day because of the morning commute and the fresh snow. Continuing into Saturday afternoon, though, 38 degrees, it'll melt. We'll start to see temperatures much warmer as we get into the first week of December. Overnight lows above freezing. So, yeah, big change there as another warm-up comes up after this big snow.
Yeah, we'll let you know about that commute tomorrow morning.
For sure.
All right, thanks, Mark. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:21.
Well, having just finished their trip to Hawaii, the Zags decided to make a quick pit stop here at home to take on Cal State Bakersfield. That's before their trip to Vegas to take on the USC Trojans on Saturday. We'll have the highlights from last night's game and more next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking the gang to the slopes in an available all-wheel drive Pilot, delivering presents in a rugged Passport, or all in a few toys for yourself in a powerful Ridgeline. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
You don't have to wait until Black Friday to get the best prices of the year on appliances. Fred's Black Friday sale is on now.
Save big on this Samsung laundry pair, marked down to only $679 each. A total savings of $740. That's over 35% on the set.
This smart, family-sized washer can wash an entire load with full performance in only 28 minutes. Don't miss Fred's Black Friday sale going on now.
Bounced from one doctor to the next. Did they even send my lab work? Wait, was I supposed to bring that? Then there's the forms, the bills, the NADA bills, the... Press forward and repeat these options.
Healthcare can get a whole lot easier when your medical records, care, and coverage are in one place. At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together for all that is you.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged 5 weeks to absolute perfection. Oven-ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast. Reserve yours immediately, exclusively at Yoke's Fresh Markets.
Today, Grady turns 1. Already he plans to wrestle alligators, try his hand at the culinary arts, and explore the world. With the Get College Saving Program, you can start saving for their future anywhere in the country. Don't borrow your children's future, build it at 529.wa.gov.
Gonzaga basketball just returned from Hawaii, but they won't need to unpack. Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minenso. The Bulldogs will be leaving to Las Vegas to take on USC this weekend. So while the Zags are on their layover back here in Spokane, they decided to play a basketball game. Gonzaga taking on Cal State Bakersfield. Final tune-up before the rest of the non-conference schedule. Bulldogs with the ball in transition. Ryan Nembhard stops, pops, and makes it look too easy. Nembhard traded baskets with Bakersfield guard Caleb Higgins in this one. Higgins finds himself wide open in the corner, and he's going to knock down the three. But Gonzaga still led by 15 at halftime, and after the break, well, Nembhard took over. Zags get another chance off the miss. Nembhard, wide open, sets his feet and buries the three. He led all scorers with 22 points. And Bulldogs forward Anton Watson had a double-double in this one. 11 points, 13 rebounds to help Nembhard's scoring efforts. And the Zags, well, they're happy in this one. Bulldogs win 81-65. Nembhard's 22 points are a season high.
I mean, I just had a slow start to the season. I know shots are going to fall. That's part of the reason why I came here. Just knowing the coaching staff's going to have trust in me to take those shots, and I feel like I got some good ones tonight. So, yeah, I think it's good for the confidence going forward.
Now Gonzaga will take on USC at 7 o'clock on Saturday in Las Vegas. Gonzaga women's hoops will be tested this week. The Bulldogs will go head-to-head against Eastern Washington tonight. It's one of a number of games Gonzaga has played against teams from the region. The Bulldogs lost in overtime to Washington State earlier this season. Now they'll take on the Eagles, who were picked to win the Big Sky this year. The Bulldogs say these games against regional opponents are a little extra special.
They're up games just because, you know, there's a lot of people in the community who care one way or another. There's families that are divided, right? There's the families that have some Eagles in their bag and some Zags in their bag. And I think we always want to always want to perform the best locally.
And tip-off is at 6 o'clock tonight in Cheney. That will wrap us up for Morning Sports.
You can't choose a side sometimes. Go Zags, go Eagles. It's going to be a good game.
I just hope everyone has fun. There you go.
It's now 6:26.
Coming up in our next half hour of Good Morning Northwest, cyber attacks targeting some U.S. hospitals and small-town water companies, who's believed to be behind it.
And fresh fruit you may have at your house could contain a dangerous bacteria. Just ahead, what you need to know about a fruit recall. And as we go to break, here's a first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, it's the Christmas tree video blowing up TikTok.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Andrea Coward and her family cut down their own tree at a tree farm. And 2 weeks later, they got a surprise.
There was all these little bugs everywhere. They were little baby praying mantises.
They develop over the course of a few weeks, and then surprise.
Though the video was shot in 2018, the new post about it is lighting up the internet with over 4.7 million views and counting. And this morning, the woman behind that video is telling her story to GMA.
Just wanted to bring awareness to what could be in your tree.
So are unwanted guests in fresh Christmas trees really something we have to worry about? We'll have what you need to know coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
There's challenges, and I love overcoming challenges.
When Better Money Habits content first started coming out, it expanded what I could do. For Special Olympics athletes with developmental needs.
Thousands of Bank of America employees like Scott spend countless hours volunteering to teach people how to reach their financial goals.
It felt good. It felt like I could take on the whole world.
What would you like the power to do?
Whoa, the new iPhone 15. With that amazing camera, I wish my family had them. Zoe, you're an action star. Take action. Join T-Mobile and get 4 new iPhone 15s on them and 4 lines for $25 a line. With that camera, I'll be sharing pics from the slopes. You do not want to see yourself skiing. Yeah, I'm good at skiing. Your stunt woman is.
This holiday at T-Mobile, get 4 new iPhone 15s on us and 4 lines of unlimited for $25 a line.
What do you think of the jacket? You look like a marshmallow.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. KXLY, celebrating 70 years on the air.
More turkey than you can handle? Cut the calories and shop the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row. That's more days to find huge savings store-wide. More days to shop special purchases. And best of all, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. And decorating your entire home just got easier with 4 years, no interest financing. But hurry, the extended Black Friday super sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
Of course you like the only thing old about a woman that you can't see. Shut up! You like her because she's young. She looks good, tight skin. You can lie to her and she'd probably believe it more than an older woman would. You don't have to lie and say they have old songs. They don't have old songs!
Nikki Glazer, The Good Girl Tour, December 14th at Spokane Live at Spokane Tribe Casino. Tickets on sale now at SpokaneTribeCasino.com. Brought to you by Spokane Tribe Casino.
Ahead, here comes Martin. He's breaking it behind the defense. Martin backhander, shoots, looking for an opening. Snap the shot, and score!
Saturday, December 2nd in the Spokane Arena. It's the Spokane Chiefs Teddy Bear Toss. The Chiefs play Prince George. Bring your new teddy bears or stuffed animals to the game, and when the Chiefs score their first goal, throw them on the ice. We'll gather them up for the Spokesman Review Christmas Fund to be distributed around the community. Saturday, December 2nd, puck drops at 6:05. For tickets, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now Story Tracker starts with the headlines you're talking about this morning.
We're getting closer to learning the findings of the investigation into the deadly wildfires in Maui. Hawaii's Attorney General has subpoenaed 3 Maui agencies over the deadly wildfires that devastated the historic town of Lahaina. 97 people died and $5 billion of damage was done.
France is a step closer to a tobacco-free generation. The country has banned smoking on beaches and in public parks. It also banned disposable e-cigarettes earlier this year. The country's health minister hopes to phase out smoking entirely by 2032.
Several large retailers in the U.S., including Publix, Walmart, and Aldi, have all received recalled fruit the FDA warned about on Tuesday. The batches of non-organic peaches, plums, and nectarines have been linked with listeria outbreaks that have caused at least 11 illnesses in 7 states. Now, health officials say 10 people have been hospitalized and 1 person died. The FDA says the fruit also went to companies that may have frozen it or relabeled it. Anyone who has frozen peaches, plums, or nectarines should throw them away if the products are or may be a part of that recall. Thanks so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. Welcome to your Wednesday. It is November 29th. Let's check in with Mark and our first alert forecast. Another chilly morning, Mark.
Yep, temperatures holding steady at 25 degrees. Our first alert weather, 25 here, there, and we do have patchy fog and some patchy freezing fog, which sort of appears like light snow showers. We take a look at the 4 things you need to know. Weather alert day for Friday because new snow is coming in Friday morning through the day and into Saturday. Snow and slick roads are going to be attributed to that. We want you to be careful. Until then, it's going to be quiet and too quiet. No wind, so we have foggy conditions, frosty and cold. That is going to be today and tomorrow. 25 currently here, 16 into Colville. If you're heading out to the west, yeah, those mid-20s all the way to Moses Lake and low 20s, St. Mary's and Lookout Pass. Here's our forecast for the day. First of all, our air quality is in moderate. We can see that bump up to sensitive at times today. We're only going to be in the 20s. We're expecting a high today of 29 degrees. Winds are going to be light, and it's going to be a repeat tomorrow morning from what we've seen now with, again, some of that patchy fog.
At the Breaking Now desk, this morning there is evidence that hackers with ties to Iran may be testing American infrastructure for vulnerabilities. Officials are investigating a series of cyber attacks which have targeted critical systems and infrastructure in several cities across the U.S., including a water system near Pittsburgh. Authorities at a small water utility site in Pennsylvania noticed that a computer which helps control water pressure for 2 townships was malfunctioning. When they rebooted the system, this message highlighted highlighted in red appeared on the screen, saying you have been hacked. The group claiming responsibility called themselves Cyber Avengers, saying they were attacking because the water utility used equipment made in Israel. Utility officials say the hack did not impact the main computer network, and at no time was water quality or supply at risk.
It's mind-blowing. I would have never, in a million years, would have never thought that we could be involved in that.
More cyber attacks were reported in several hospitals in Texas and New Jersey. Authorities are working with federal investigators to find out what happened and resume full operations.
We've got to make sure we're giving local governments and state governments the means to protect themselves against bad actors who are sophisticated.
Over the last 9 months, cyber attacks have also forced ambulances to be diverted from hospitals in Connecticut, Florida, Idaho, and Pennsylvania. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, thanks, Sydney. In news around the world, Elon Musk has agreed to operate Starlink in Gaza, but only with Israel's approval. Israeli officials say the Starlink satellite units can only be operated in Israel with the approval of the Israeli Ministry of Communications. That includes the Gaza Strip, which has experienced a loss of internet service since the Israel-Hamas conflict began in late October. Now, Musk said that Starlink would support connectivity to internationally recognized aid organizations in Gaza.
The man accused of killing 4 of his neighbors in Kellogg has waived his right to a speedy trial. This means Major John Kaler's trial could be scheduled more than 6 months after his arraignment. This only matters if the case even goes to trial. According to court documents, both sides have agreed to outside mediation, meaning the case could be settled outside of court. But if no agreement is reached, the trial process will continue.
We now know how a 6th grade girl in Medical Lake was killed in what investigators say appears to be a murder and attempted suicide that took place on Sunday. The Spokane County Medical Examiner says 11-year-old Lily Stolworthy was shot in the head. She was found lying in the road and then died later at the hospital. Deputies say her suspected killer is her older brother, who attempted suicide following her shooting. Now, he was last reported in critical condition. The Major Crimes Unit is investigating.
In other news this morning, bargain hunters spent about $38 billion online during Thanksgiving weekend, signaling a strong holiday shopping season. According to Adobe Analytics, consumer spending surpassed expectations, jumping 7.8% during Cyber Week. To ensure those gifts are under the tree in time for Christmas, be mindful of when your packages need to be shipped. FedEx recommends a shipping date no later than December 15th for 5-day home delivery. The U.S. Postal Service says you should ship by December 16th for it to arrive by Christmas, or December 20th for priority mail. And UPS recommends packages be shipped out by December 19th using 3-day select to get them delivered by Saturday, the 23rd.
Well, 4 News Now would like to see your pets get in the holiday spirit. You can submit your photos to KXLY.com/holidaypets, and one lucky person will win a $200 Amazon gift card courtesy of BECU. Take a look at this. This is Hammy the pig. We talked about him yesterday. He's getting in the holiday spirit with some of those antlers. This contest goes through most of next month, so you have plenty of time to submit a photo of your pet, and trust me, we definitely want to see that.
We do. So I wonder how Hammy did. I know, Winnie, your dog does not like things on her head.
But I will try.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of the holidays.
I do the same.
Yeah.
My dog, little Leroy, doesn't like it either.
Give her lots of treats afterwards, though. And
they deserve it.
Exactly. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:37.
Okay, we have snow on the mind because it's in the forecast, and we're relying on you to track it.
The amounts. By Friday at 5 o'clock, we could see potentially 3 inches of snow in our area. We could see that in St. Mary's, 4 inches into Pullman. We're going to see less into the Central Basin, but, you know, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. Colville at 1.2. Yeah, we're going to keep tracking this for you. We do have a weather alert day on Friday because of that fresh snow, but until then, all quiet. We're going to have a look at that coming up.
Also coming up, the mysterious illness making dogs sick across the country and right here in Spokane has now been reported in at least a dozen states. What dog owners can do to keep their furry friends safe.
And new weight loss medications are continuing to garner popularity, but which one is most effective? A new study says one is outpacing its competitor. We'll let you know what it has to say next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
I'm Chad Young from the EasyHomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home. With the EasyHomebuyer.com, we will buy your house in as-is condition with no repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. To get your no-obligation cash offer, give us a call or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Spokane's grand holiday tradition lives at Christmas Tree Elegance in the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square. Fabulous packages raffled to support our symphony.
We want a tree. We want a tree, and so can you.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, or use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $5,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Oh, oh, oh. Ring in the season with some Holly Jolly jackpots at the Kootenai Casino in Bonner's Ferry. Santa's got you on his list for Winter Wonder spins and a New Year's Eve countdown to cash. Cozy up in a Kootenai Falls Lodge room starting at just $79 midweek, or upgrade to a Riverview room for $99. Come celebrate all December at the Kootenai Casino. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Funds are limited. Apply today. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
4 News Now and BECU are teaming up to welcome in some holiday fun and friendly holiday spirit. Send us a picture of your pet decked out for the holidays and you could win a $200 Amazon gift card courtesy of BECU. For details, go to kxly.com/holidaypets.
Welcome back, and the time is now 6:41. Providence security officers recently introduced 2 new members to their team.
And they aren't your average officers. These walk on all fours and have tails. Meet 19-month-old German Shepherd Rosie and 2-year-old Duke. They were added because 2 other dogs retired. They now join Sarge, who's been with Providence since they began the Canine Security Program in 2018. They have been through extensive training and know how to sniff out drugs and detect explosive materials. Their partners say they help de-escalate situations.
We've had many situations where we've had patients or visitors that want to physically fight with us or our staff, and then just having the dogs present de-escalates them.
Since 2018, the security dogs have been called out to de-escalate violent situations. They've never actually had to bite anyone. Officer Dawes says their presence alone is enough.
A mysterious respiratory illness in dogs has now been reported in at least a dozen states. Researchers at the University of New Hampshire have identified that a certain kind of bacteria may be to blame, but they still don't know, or there's still a lot rather that we don't know, and this illness can be dangerous and even deadly.
Even at this practice, we've seen multiple cases that just don't track the same way that they usually do when it comes to things like kennel cough or even pneumonia.
Now, the illness is highly contagious. It sticks around for an unusually long amount of time and doesn't respond to regular antibiotics. This mystery disease has been discovered locally as well. Here in Spokane, it caused Spokanimal to close for several weeks when 30 of those dogs became sick. Now, so far, veterinarians haven't found a specific medication or any therapy to the disease that dogs respond to. Now, many dogs can get over it in a couple of weeks, but for some, it can be fatal.
And in news for your health this morning, a large study shows users of the diabetes drug Mounjaro lost more weight than those using its competitor, Ozempic. Both drugs are prescribed for type 2 diabetes, but they have gained new popularity because they can also help people lose substantial amounts of weight. Novo Nordisk, the company that makes Ozempic for diabetes and a higher dose version under a different name for weight loss, said the study is not a fair comparison. It says the doses of Ozempic evaluated in the analysis have not been investigated for chronic weight management. Eli Lilly, which makes Mounjaro, said it doesn't condone the off-label use of its medication. Good morning. Northwest Time is now 6:43.
Still to come, Spokane Valley is trying to clean up their neighborhoods by limiting the amount of unlicensed cars that are on properties. But not everyone's happy about this new enforcement, how much some people may have to pay in fines. Next.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Febreze. Still living with odors? Get back in there and freshen instantly with Febreze Air Mist. Febrze's fine mist floats longer in the air to fight even your toughest odors. So long, stinky smells, and hello, amazing freshness. Febreze Air Mist.
This holiday season, recharge with the Planet Fitness Black Card for just $1 down and $24.99 a month. So instead of fighting a stranger over a T-Rex, bring a friend for free and work out on the TRX. Instead of freezing in line for a deal, relax with some Hydro Massage feels. Instead of in-laws in your face.
Did you hear the owl?
Get some space at any of our 2,400 locations with the PF Black Card. Just $1 down, $24.99 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends November 30th.
The Murphy bed is a truly instant guest bed. You can convert it from a handsome cabinet to a comfy queen bed in less than a minute. When it's all closed, it takes up less than 10 square feet of floor space with a gel memory foam mattress. Perfect for a loft area, bonus room, or rental property. Offered in several styles and finishes, it's easy to use, easy to love. Visit our 30,000 square feet of home furnishings and flooring. Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One. We're unique, we're different, and we're worth the drive.
Satisfaction with AARP and the Stones. AARP members get special pre-sale access to the Stones Tour 24, Hackney Diamonds. Pre-sale starts November 29 at 10 a.m. local time. Not an AARP member? Learn more or join today.
Hi, I'm Garrett, and I'm a holiday comfort advisor. I've lived on Spokane South Hill for years now, and I love being able to service customers in my own neighborhood and sometimes making friends while doing it.
I started Holiday in Cheney, and now we've grown to service all areas in the Spokane region.
Like South Hill, Northside, Deer Park, Spokane Valley, and even Coeur d'Alene. Just like Garrett, we are all connected to the local area.
Fixed right or it's free. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
Find great Christmas savings at Buy-Mart with our latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. Save $50 on an Element 55-inch 4K smart Roku TV, now just $249.99. Get a Galan's air fryer toaster oven for just $49.99. Members save $50. Plus save $40 on an Instant Pot 6-quart pressure cooker. Members sale price to just $39.99. Save more this Christmas season at Buy-Mart, your Northwest employee-owned membership store.
4 News Now is brought to you by Granite Concepts of Lewiston.
Time is now 6:46. People living in Spokane Valley have some mixed feelings about a new law that passed 2 weeks ago.
Starting today, anyone who has more than one unlicensed vehicle on their land is violating the law and facing a $500 fine. Collecting cars for decades, John Julian owns more than a dozen cars. Some are filled with memories from decades ago, and he believes as long as cars are functional, it should not be a problem for other people.
Cars are junky laying around in parts and pieces where people can see them. It ought to be cleaned up. There's no question about it. But if you've got a car that's functioning, you get it and drive it, I really don't see a problem with that. It's just somebody's opinion that they're forcing into law.
But other neighbors say keeping the city clean should be a priority.
We need to take care of the extra cars in people's yards and try and keep the valley and the cities clean.
The city of Spokane Valley says you can submit your concerns if you have them on SV Express app. Then the city's code enforcement officers will get in touch with property owners. If you are working on vehicles, you must provide proof of that. The city says you will get a warning first, then it becomes a $500 fine if you are in violation.
Well, let's take a live look at the Christmas tree all lit up downtown. This is the first time I'm seeing it since it's been lit up. So beautiful out there, all those lights. But I know someone else who's been dealing with a lot of lights this week, Mark.
I love that star on top of that tree.
It's so cool.
That is very cool. We have a huge Christmas present in between the valley and Spokane and Manitou. The lights are going up. we got a lot going on. So, and of course, Thursday night, you'll see ours. Temperatures into the mid-20s all over the place. 21 at Fairchild, 19 Cheney, 22 into Deer Park. Those are the current conditions. But we do have a dense fog advisory that's been extended till noon. And we also have air stagnation in the gray all across Washington, Idaho, and Montana. And then our air quality is in moderate. Could bump into the sensitive for some groups later on today, so just be aware. We're seeing a very dense fog in some areas when it comes to the West Plains, all the way out into Fairchild. That's I-90 as you head out by Cheney. 1 mile visibility in Deer Park. So again, some light fog, some of that freezing fog, so take it easy. 29 the high today. Yeah, we're not going to get very warm overnight. We're going to get cold. Temperatures down to 19, all of that well below average. As we look at the timing on increased cloud cover and the chance of snow, it's really going to be Thursday night through Friday that we're going to see anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of snow coming through the region. That's going to push out. We're going to get more coming in for Saturday. And by Saturday at 9 o'clock, while it should stop for us, we're going to see the snow level as it warms up. We're going to see Sunday morning maybe a rain-snow mixed. We're going to see rain to the south, but the Cascades and the Northern Rockies are going to get hammered. Great news for the ski areas, bad news if you're going to be traveling. 29 today, 32 into Coeur d'Alene. As we look at our planning forecast, yeah, we're not going to warm much through tomorrow. Weather alert day for Friday, while 35 will be the high. We're going to have active snow in the morning. We're going to have temperatures nearing 40 Saturday. And again, the snow that we get, heavy wet snow at times, that's going to be the roadways. Early morning commute could be slippery, but then it gets better. It's going to be rain for us Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, but snow into the mountains.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Mark.
Thank you, sir. It is now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming right up.
Thanks so much for waking up with us on Good Morning Northwest.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. KXLY, celebrating 70 years on the air.
Local at the Tin Roof.
Hello, I'm Diamond Dan Clark.
And I'm Jeweler Jane.
And we're from Clark's Diamond Jewelers in beautiful downtown Coeur d'Alene.
Our famous snow promotion is back for Christmas.
If it snows 4 inches or more in 24 hours on January 11th, 2024, all purchases made between November 21st and December 30th will be refunded in full. And that means all engagement rings, loose diamonds and gemstones, jewelry and gifts could all be free.
Shop Clark's Diamond Jewelers this Christmas and let it snow diamonds.
This time of year, conditions can change drastically in minutes. For weather that extreme, you need the 4 News Now First Alert Weather Team. Online, on the air, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Bounced from one doctor to the next. Did they even send my lab work? Wait, was I supposed to bring that? Then there's the forms, the bills, the NADA bills, the... Press forward and repeat these options.
Healthcare can get a whole lot easier when your medical records, care, and coverage are in one place. At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together for all that is you.
I mean, enough with the cold feet. It's time to move this along. Take the next step.
I hear you. You're tired of waiting.
Yes.
But at Eyeglass World, you don't have to wait. They're not like all those other guys. They make your glasses right there in their same-day lab.
No waiting?
Mm-mm.
Do you mind if I go?
You mind if I finish your cannoli?
For a limited time, get 50% off lenses with frames from many of our designer brands. It's the designer sale, only at Eyeglass World.
At the Tin Roof.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Spread is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Wednesday in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles has details on more hostages set to be released in the war between Israel and Hamas.
We have some patchy fog this morning. Mark Peterson will be breaking down those details and what you can expect for today.
But we begin with a former Pasco police officer accused of killing a Spokane woman 37 years ago. He is set to go on trial this morning. This time, though, it will be without a jury. Richard Aguirre waived his right to a jury late last month. He's accused of killing Ruby Doss in 1986. She was a sex worker, and court documents show her killer hit her in the head and strangled her. Her body was found in a vacant lot in East Spokane. The cold case was revived in 2015 when DNA from a used condom at the crime scene matched Aguirre's. By then, he had resigned from the Pasco Police Department and was being investigated for raping a family member. Aguirre was eventually found not guilty in that case, and issues with the evidence also led to charges being dropped in Ruby Doss's murder. Most recently, he was recharged with the crime in 2021, but a jury could not reach a verdict. A mistrial was declared at that point.
Currently, temperatures are on the cold side. Certainly in Colville, you're sitting at 16 degrees. We have 25, but down in Cheney, it's 19. And there's no air movement, so we do have some patchy, dense fog, and some of that is freezing fog, so it looks like a little bit of light snowflakes. Air quality is in moderate. We'll probably hang out there throughout much of the day, if not sensitive for some. And our high today is only going to be 29 degrees.
The man accused of killing 4 of his neighbors in Kellogg has waived his right to a speedy trial. This means Major John Kaler's trial could be scheduled more than 6 months after his arraignment. This only matters, though, if the case even goes to trial. According to court documents, both sides have agreed to outside mediation, meaning the case could be settled outside of court. But if no agreement is reached, the trial process will continue.
We now know how a 6th grade girl in Medical Lake was killed in what investigators say appears to be a murder and attempted suicide Sunday. The Spokane County Medical Examiner says 11-year-old Lily Stolworthy was shot in the head. She was found lying in the street and died in the hospital. Deputies say her suspected killer is her older brother, who attempted suicide following her shooting. He was last reported in critical condition. The Major Crimes Unit is investigating.
A 2-day ceasefire extension between Israel and Hamas is set to expire today. Now, this comes as another group of hostages is set to be freed in just a few hours. Yesterday, Hamas released 12 more people taken from Israel, while Israel turned over 30 imprisoned Palestinians. So far, Hamas has only released 1 American, but the U.S. believes 9 more remain in captivity. No word yet on where they are or who is holding them. Details on emotional reunions and an update on hostage negotiations is coming up next on Good Morning America.
Several large retailers in the U.S., including Publix, Walmart, and Aldi, have all received recalled fruit. The FDA warned that on Tuesday. The batches of non-organic peaches, plums, and nectarines have all been linked with listeria outbreaks that have caused at least 11 illnesses in 7 states. Health officials say 10 people have been hospitalized and 1 person died. Anyone who has even frozen peaches, plums, or nectarines should be throwing them away if the products are or may be part of that recall.
Spokane is bringing back its traffic unit. The city is reallocating $1.8 million from the Traffic Calming Fund to the Spokane Police Department. The Traffic Calming Fund is used to make our neighborhoods safer. The fund pays for things like crosswalks, school flashing lights, and signage. Taking money from the Traffic Calming Fund may be concerning to some who wonder how this will affect future traffic safety projects. But Spokane City Council member Michael Cathcart says this is only temporary.
People living in Spokane Valley have mixed feelings about a new law that passed 2 weeks ago. Starting today, anyone who has more than 1 unlicensed vehicle on their land is now violating the law and could face a $500 fine. While some say many junk cars around the city are becoming an eyesore, others are against this ordinance. The city of Spokane Valley says you can submit your concerns on the SV Express app.
After 4 years, the East Euclid Road Bridge in northwest Spokane County is reopening today. It's located north of Airway Heights. The county determined the bridge was no longer safe in 2019 when it discovered 2 critical failures in the bridge's substructure. The county tells us one of the reasons it took so long to replace was because the bridge was owned by BNSF. Ribbon cutting for the new bridge takes place at 11 this morning. And 4 News Now would like to see your pets get in the holiday spirit. Submit your photos on KXLY.com/holidaypets. One lucky person will win $200 gift card.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account.
But how much can you really save?
Yeah, I mean,
whoa.
Mystery.
Jessie loves playing detective.
But the real mystery was your irritated skin. So we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. It cleans better and doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
And it's gentle on her skin.
Tide Free and Gentle is EPA Safer Choice certified. It's got to be Tide.
Aw, come on! Leftovers are for quitters. That's why the Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended. And for a limited time, the more you buy, the more you save. Get $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Save up to $200 on our Denver Mattress brand lineup, plus 4 years no interest financing and free shipping. But hurry, the extended Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Well, get ready for a lot of cloud cover today. There's a live look at One Spokane Stadium. Again, you see the clouds. Yesterday, it was blue sky. That low cloud deck and patchy fog going to be with us for several hours. Our highs today are going to be in the 20s all day long. We're going to break out into the 30s in some areas, but only be 32 degrees. We're expecting a high today of 29. Now, for tomorrow, another day that hopefully may be 30. Right now, 29 forecasted. Friday, a weather alert day. Yeah, it's warmer, but we have snow coming in Thursday night through Friday. Could be an inch or two on the ground as you head out. We'll add to that Saturday. It warms up. Rain showers next week.
Grab those jackets as you're heading out the door.
Definitely. And we will see you throughout Good Morning America for local updates. It starts right now.